Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
I wasn't even interested really in that 134 hours or whatever it was.
128?
120. The guy who had to cut his arm off.
Yeah. 28, no, not 28 days later.
28 days later, that crazy documentary about the zombies in Britain.
127 hours?
Yeah.
Or something like that. I don't know.
One's with James Franco.
Yeah.
So I haven't seen that, and I have no interest in seeing that whatsoever. If anyone disagrees with me and says, you should go see that movie, I'm going to have to hear it from multiple people before I even spend the time of my life to waste on that.
True.
So, didn't you see it?
No, we were supposed to watch it for a DVD review, and we never did.
Oh, okay. All right, good.
But there's some awesome director news, and you anime nerds out there are going to love this. Gus Van Sant of Good Will Hunting fame is thinking of taking over the directing job for the Death Note movie.
Which is not the Japanese Death Note movies that they did have a while back. It is the American live-action one. And,
awesome. I love Gus Van Sant.
I don't know who that is, honestly.
You never saw Good Will Hunting.
Is that the one with the mentally challenged kid who knows math?
No, that's the one where Matt Damon is a janitor at MIT, and they find out he's smarter than any other student at MIT.
Oh, yeah, okay, I know what it is.
Robin Williams, Ben Affleck, Matt Damon?
Yep, that's a good movie. Has he done anything else, though?
Oh, yeah.
All right, you look it up.
Right,
but the other guy that was going to do it ended up, leaving that role to go direct the new Predator movie that's coming out.
I left Death Note to go direct Predator.
Well, can you blame him, though? Not everyone knows who Death Note is.
Right, but you have a chance to make something your own. Predator, you have to live up to some standards.
Yeah, true. Well, I don't know. I got to be honest. I feel like the Predator is more of an open-ended thing, whereas Death Note, it's pretty, locked on. There's not much you can change because you have L and you have the Shinigamas. And, what the fuck is his name? Do you remember?
What?
Night? Day? The other guy?
L?
No. I said L.
Light?
Light! Not Night. I'm an idiot. So, I don't know. It's a pretty standard... Not standard... thing. Fuck it.
So, Gus Van Sant did the Psycho remake in the late 90s. That was a shot-by-shot remake, but it was in color with different actors.
I don't think I saw that.
So, and he also did Finding Forrester.
Okay, haven't seen that.
Then he went back to art house after that, so there's not much you'll have seen. So mostly Sundance stuff.
Which is probably why I'm not interested then.
I like Gus Van Sant a lot.
But regardless, I still want to see this Death Note that's coming out.
Yep, should be good.
And hopefully the Shinigamas look a little more interesting than the ones that were in the Japanese, because those were kind of awful looking.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it was low quality CGI that it looked worse.
It looked like they just did a Toy Story rendering of the actual anime.
I don't know. It looked worse than the CGI from Final Fantasy in like 2004.
Okay, yep.
Which, that movie was badass.
True.
So,
you know what else was a badass movie? SLC Punk. You know what's probably not going to be a badass movie?
SLT Punk 2?
SLC Punk 2, yeah. So yeah, there, I guess, is semi-confirmation they are making a second SLC Punk. If you haven't watched the cult classic SLC Punk from 1997, starring Devon Sawa and some other dude who plays, funny enough, his name is it Heroin Bob?
Heroin Bob?
Or is it Cocaine Bob? I think it's Heroin. I think it's Heroin Bob, and the guy doesn't do drugs. Like, he doesn't even take Tylenol. But somehow he got the name Heroin Bob. I mean, it's just all about the punk lifestyle and punk culture in one of the most odd places in the world, which would be Salt Lake City. We've been there. Do you see people with brightly colored mohawks and leather jackets walking around?
I was the only one with a mohawk in all of the convention.
Exactly. So, even by today's standards, it's kind of weird thinking of the punk, movement in Salt Lake. So, I mean, might be interesting to revisit it, but I mean, there's movies more recent than that where they tried to make sequels years later and didn't work. I love Boondock Saints 2. Nowhere near as good as the original.
No,
could you imagine almost 20 years later? Yeah, we're gonna make SLC Punk 2, that really there's no continuation of a story. So, yeah.
That'd be like making, like, Hackers, too.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I don't know. I don't think I've seen SLC Punk. I'm going to have to watch it.
We started to watch it. We started watching it, and then you, like, walked away.
Ah.
Yeah.
So it must have been boring.
I think so. Sorry, I'm playing with my keys. There we go. Got it. All right, keys are done. Anyway, that's it for movie news. Yeah.
You know, eventually we're going to have to read another comic.
One day.
Because we keep, plugging these awesome individuals, but we're not reading any of the comics on the show.
You know what? That's right. Awesome individuals, which would be our friends and yours at Escape Velocity Comics. They have 2 convenient locations in Colorado Springs. One on North Carefree and Powers in the First and Main Shopping Center, right next to the big movie theater, and the other one downtown, kind of near the corner of Bijou and Tejon, next to the Everest Tibetan store across the street from the Pita Pit. And they also have an easy-to-use website over at EscapeVelocityComics.com.
Yeah. And if you want to hear some of what Vicky's talked about, who works at Escape Velocity, she's been on some of our older shows.
And one like 2 weeks ago where we were all... Well, Bo and I were drunk. She was drinking a lot of Pepsi.
Yeah. Me and Chris were really, really drunk.
Pepsi.
So, I don't know if we talked about it on the next show, but we drank a bottle and a half of vodka.
Still, don't say that word. Please.
And 2 beers.
No.
So, needless to say, Chris had a bit of an accident, and the rest of my day was screwed.
No, let's just say I'm no longer vomit-free since 93. So, anyway, let's move right along to some more music, because I need to go calm my stomach down. The band is Itch, and the song is called True.
London's burning, let's fan the flames. One time, stand up. Yes, burn it down, burn them. It's getting hard to breathe. 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 Well, I believed when Hollywood told me that the nice guy doesn't end up lonely. A knight's shining armor, a damsel's distress. Just do what's right and you know the rest. I was living in a John Hughes fantasy that I blame for my total misanthropy. Innocence trust was crushed when I lost ya, so somebody better give them an Oscar. Thought the only way to fight terrorists was to send in one Bruce Willis. I wanted to believe in chocolate factories, yellow brick roads, police academies. Give me happy endings, gremlins and you, the underdog's victory, the brave rescue. The lights down low, glued to the screen, believing everything that I'd seen. If everything they told you was true, we ought to line them up against the wall and shoot. Look at this world that you conceived. It's getting hard to breathe. If everything they told you was true, the honesty they like is so overdue. Look at this world that you conceived. It's getting hard to breathe. Keep calm and carry on spending. Nothing broken, it don't need mending. Attitude so condescending. Ignore the war and keep on pretending. No hunger, disease or poverty. We'd rather gossip about celebrity. So extra, extra, read all about it. I don't blame ya if you wanna doubt it. There's no proof to this gospel truth. It looks like the news, but it sounds like a spoof. Opinion fact, the truth's so slender. Makes me think that you got an agenda. Telling me that everything is fine, but it don't add up when I look outside. Now I wanna tear up my newspaper, smash my TV, I'm the fucking Terminator. If everything they told you was true, we ought to line them up against the wall and shoot. Look at this world that you conceived. It's getting hard to breathe. If everything they told you was true, the honesty they like is so overdue. Look at this world that you conceived. It's getting hard to breathe. It's getting hard to breathe. London's burning, let's fan the flames. No future, no dreams, disarray, just dirt and dust and spit and rust. dust. Broken hearts and broken trust. We haven't got nothing to believe in. We lost all hope, we lost all feeling. And you have left us out here to rot. Have you lost the fucking plot? If everything they told you was true, we ought to line them up against the wall and shoot. Look at this world that you conceived. It's getting hard to breathe. If everything they told you was true, the honesty they lack is so overdue. Look at this world that you conceived. It's getting hard to breathe. 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 It's getting hard to breathe.
Welcome back. Fucking egg roll. My tongue is annihilated. I just saw a friend post that on Facebook, and it sounded like something I wanted to say.
Damn egg roll.
Welcome back. You just listened to the song, or the band Itch, the song True. That's a United...
British. Oi.
And it's United Kingdom. Fucking yeah. But it sounds pretty good. A lot of other music they had on the site was pretty awesome as well. But if you like them and all the other music we have, don't forget to check it out on SoLikeYouKnow.com.
Or if you want to see when we're posting a show, we're also interacting all the time. Seriously, just post something. Facebook and Twitter, the name there, SLYK Radio.
Radio. He's a super sexy. But after that, my phone's gonna freeze up.
Microbrew review.
Oh, yeah, there we go. Yeah, so. But this week, we have some most delicious beer. Chris already read most of the bottle.
Read all of the bottle.
Yeah, so it's Lucifer, brewed by Het Anker. It's a Belgian ale, as we went over before. And yeah, nothing fancy about this.
I don't know how to check into beers anymore.
Chris forgot how to use whatever it's called.
Untapped.
Untapped. Which usually we talk at the end, but that is a social site to check into beer, let people know what you think, all kinds of cool stuff. And don't forget our... What?
I really don't know how to do it.
Search? In the upper right?
Ah, there we go. Yep, search.
Because then you'd search the beer and then...
Got it.
Chris got it. He's good. So, but that is a social site where... Wait, I already talked about that. We're on there. At
Username So Like You Know.
Yeah.
So this week, Belgian style ale. It's golden. Kind of cloudy.
Yeah, definitely looks unfiltered. Has... For a light flavor, it's a lasting flavor.
Yeah, and you can definitely tell it's an ale. It does have that fruity... As Esteban likes to say, well, what do you taste? I do taste some citrus.
Mm-hmm. It's like the rind of the citrus.
I kind of taste apples. So it is sweet. I mean, it's very sweet.
If I were to say apples, I would almost say like a crab apple for me.
Okay, so you're tasting a little more sour. I'm tasting more sweet.
Mm-hmm.
But it's okay. We can taste different things. We don't always have to agree.
Yeah.
I mean, overall, I like it. I mean, it kind of tastes... If you imagine like a regular domestic beer, like let's take a Bud Light Select, and up the flavor a little bit and then add fruit. So it kind of tastes like that regular kind of good old-fashioned beer, but just a little bit like, hey, this is a little different.
Mm-hmm. I really enjoy it. The only thing I did not like about this beer at all is the excessive amount of head and how long it took to go down. Because
that's her problem, not yours.
And because initially, like Chris said, thought maybe it was because the cork popped way more aggressive than it should have. But even after the foam settled in the beer itself, pouring it let out so much carbonation that it really was kind of aggressive. I'm sure even if you tried to drink it out of the bottle, you'd basically fill your stomach up with air.
I mean, you might.
So
yeah. I mean, there was a lot of carbonation, but that, I mean, it's also an imported beer, so you never know what could happen during that shipping process.
Yeah. But I don't think that's not going to affect my score for it whatsoever.
The thing is, the beer itself is not heavily carbonated.
Mm-mm. It's very light on the tongue. It's a smooth beer.
Very air infused.
So
Ben Wilder, if you're listening, let us know why there's so much head, but the beer's not that carbonated.
I would be interested. Maybe
Yeah.
maybe because